Hey fellas, T-Bolt here. We've got a sneaky little Battle Pass chapter coming into the works, it looks like. Looks like they're going to have a collaboration with Vikings. So this will be a pretty interesting chapter because there's a kind of hidden gem in there, a little sneak peek. So let's go ahead and watch this quick trailer and then we'll break it down real fast.
Stones and bones. Stones and bones. Heed my words. The earth burns, flames licking the sky. Thunder splits the heavens, a roar unlike any before. A wave of steel crashes against ancient cliffs, shattering rock. Stones rumble with echoes of future battle for the weapon of untold power. Bones whisper of glory won and lost in the quest for divine steel. Few will prevail.
There it is, right there, guys. There it is.
Stones and bones. Stones and bones.
Stones and bones. Alright guys, just real quick. Saw that little tank dropping down in the water there. It looks like that might be the Felice, guys. That is a Tier 9 Italian assault medium tank. Looks pretty decent. My only kind of gripe to it's the reload time's a little bit long. It kind of reminds me of like a 122 TM or something like that. It's got excellent frontal armor of 290, which is pretty good. And then our gun depression here is a -8. I wish that was a -10, but we'll take it, -8. You know, we'll make that work. But the reload time on it is 13.4. So with vents, rammer, we're looking 11 seconds or something, probably good crew and everything. And that's just a little bit long for me. Typically when I'm playing a medium tank, I like to shoot and move. The standard round is an APCR round, which I'm pretty happy about that. It's got high velocity of a 1452, armor pen average 268 with 490 shell damage. So that's really good shooting at those like EBRs and things like that. You'll be able to hit that pretty easy, and that'd probably be my primary round that I shoot out of this tank. So that's pretty nice to have. And if they did sneak in, it looks like an HE round with armor penetration of 127 with 640 damage. That's ridiculous, guys. Whenever you see an HE round that has more than 100 average pen, holy crap, man. I love to shoot that. So that actually might be worth it and maybe a lot of fun. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm not going to break these tanks down too much, guys. I just wanted to throw it out there, let you know what was coming our way. All right, I do want to jump back to the British tank line that's coming. I know you guys probably wondering what the next tank line is going to be. I've been saving all my Battle Pass national fragments until I was sure what the next tech tree line was going to be, because I want to be able to use those fragments to help unlock the blueprints to get through those tanks faster if I so choose to do so. So I've been saving all mine, been selecting the British fragments. That way I'm good and I can unlock some of those tanks much faster. So they've got the Tier 8 FV226 Contradictions. I know probably a lot of you guys have already seen and heard about these tanks coming out. They have the new firing. So it's got a new firing mechanic, guys, called Selective Fire Modes. Everybody knows it's got double barrels, and you know there's double barrel tanks in the game. This one fires a little bit different, guys. Which one is a good thing, because you're not having it jump from when you're looking through the sight, jumping from left to right as you're switching from the different guns. So that's pretty cool. Now the difference in this one right here, it's going to have two firing modes, single fire and salvo fire, and you're going to be able to switch in between those by hitting your X key, and it'll take about 2 seconds for the contradictions. So just keep that in mind whenever you're switching in between the two different fire modes. You're gonna have to add that 2 seconds into your engagement time. And when your guns are in the single fire mode, they will shoot alternately. They'll start with the left gun, then go to the right, but you can't shoot them until the next round, once you fire, is loaded. So it'll take a little bit to get that done. So the salvo fire mode, you'll be able to shoot both barrels simultaneously, and it's simple. You just left click in that mode and you'll be able to fire, unlike say the TS54 where you got to hold down for a couple of seconds your fire button in order for it to fire. So that's going to be pretty cool. You'll be able to just pull up, hit your fire button, and bam, both rounds go. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be pretty cool right there. Just remember though, when we're in that salvo fire mode, your tank's top speed and turret traverse speed are decreased. So without being able to play it, can't really elaborate how much difference that really is. What does it make it feel like, you know? And the guns also take a little bit longer to aim in. And so you see that, you're probably going to use that more when you're peeking and poking as a heavy tank, you know, in a city battle or something like that, being able to blast those. So that's pretty cool because you don't have to worry about trying to hold down the fire button, your salvo, and trying to time it as you pull out correctly and things. I think that's going to be pretty cool right there. All right, let's move on, guys. So we just talked about the contradictions real quick there. One of the new tanks coming out, the Tech Tree line, that's that British line. And we're going to get the Tier 10 Heavy Tank FV 230 can opener. So same thing, same fire modes. And you'll notice like the vents open up at the end of the gun barrel. And so you'll notice here, you're going to have those flaps at the end of the gun barrel. So if only one is open on one gun, then that means they're in single fire. And if they're both open, then that's when they're going to be doing salvo fire. And the same thing pertains to the other tanks. Just real quick on this one too, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these because these are super tests. They're not finalized. But it's got 318 pin with the APCR premium round. And I prefer just shooting that because of the higher velocity. But it looks like the AP round's kind of weak. I'm not gonna say real weak, but 258, it's gonna pin a lot of stuff. I would just rather see something in the 3s whenever I'm shooting, playing tier 10. The mobility on this thing looks pretty bad. It's kind of slow, guys. So just looking at this initial picture, minus the gun, I just thought tortoise. You know what I mean? I just think big, beefy, you know, mean tank that's just gonna come at you. And with that thing being in the double barrel mode, with 318 average pin, that thing is going to smack you, know. So it has high potential to do that. It does have -10 gun depression, and guys, and it's got some really good turret armor with 260 frontally, and the whole armor is 200. So that's very good. I can imagine that getting a hold down on say like Lakeville, sitting on top of the valley there, looking down with a -10. That's going to be pretty tough, and it doesn't really look like it has a lot of weak spots frontally. So that's going to be a tank that might be an anchor somewhere that can really hold a position by itself. All right, last but not least, this is one tank that I'm kind of looking forward to right here, guys. It's a Tier 9 Sentinel French versatile heavy tank. Just looking at it, to me, it just screams medium tank. That's probably how I would be more apt to play this tank. It's got good speed. The traverse speed is good. I mean, I really will probably dig this kind of tank. And if you're familiar with the 50B and stuff like that, this is going to be something along those lines. Now, it does have a clip. It's got a 2-round clip. And inside that inner clip is 2.5 seconds. It really reminds me of the Barras with a 25-second reload time. So it'll be interesting to see how this tank is played. I'm probably going to run it more as a medium style, but I still will get into the front line. You'll mix it up. But yet you can't be like that can opener there or something like that with all that armor. You're going to have to work around the other heavily armored tanks in front of you, it looks like. But it's got a premium round, 1270 velocity, 303, 390 damage APCR, which is pretty darn good. AP round looks pretty decent too with 258, 390. But the HE round's kind of weak, so I probably won't be shooting a lot of that with that tank. It does have a -8 gun depression, which is pretty good. So overall, not bad. Turret armor 240. Again, you can get hold down. You're gonna bounce a little bit of stuff, not a lot probably. The hull is very weak. Like I said, just a French tank. That's what you expect. You know, less armor. You know, more mobile, and that's something that I really like to play. I like those high mobile tanks. I like good view range, good concealment, and be able to just control the map that way. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. Just want to throw this out there real quick. I'm not trying to do some super deep dive here. I just want to make you guys aware of what's coming up. I did read some stuff that contradictions might be in the loot boxes for Christmas. So that might be one of the key tanks coming, new tanks that we get from loot boxes. So keep an eye on that. Unless it's going to be something else snuck in between now and then, I do not know. But I'm looking forward to these new tanks coming out. Definitely want to try this double barrel action with the can opener and that contradictions. Think it'll just be fun, and I think I'm really gonna be happy playing that Sentinel a lot. It looks cool to me, but who knows? This is all in super test, guys. Things can change. All these different stats. That's why I'm not gonna waste my time beat it up too much. Just want to throw it out there, let you guys know what's coming down the pipe. All right, fellas, that's gonna do it for this video. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and I will catch you on the flip side.